I hope you guys are smiling today, and I hope you are laughing today and spending time with people or things that you love, even if it's just yourself, because that is an amazing, beautiful thing, because you are great company. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my life. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm Serenity if you're new here, and if you are, welcome. Super excited to have you. We go over super easy vegan recipes as well as other holistic tips. So if that's something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you're alerted for all of my multiple weekly videos. Today, we're gonna be making vegan onion rings. Super excited. Make sure you guys stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to share with you my favorite store-bought ranch to dip these in. But again, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, because very soon here we're going to be doing a super easy homemade vegan ranch. It's minimal ingredients, it's super healthy, and it's cheap. So subscribe. We're going to be doing that soon. But at the end of this video, I will share with you what store-bought ranch I like, and I will also share with you my favorite sandwich to put these onion rings on. You guys have to try it. Like, I don't even know what you're doing if you're not trying this sandwich with these onion rings. I am not a huge fan of onion rings all the time, but every now and then I crave them and I just really want some onion rings. So we're gonna make some delicious onion rings today, and let you in on a little secret. I used to work at Sonic Drive-In when I was younger, way back in the day, like way back in the day, before I changed my life and became the better version of myself, which we continue to do each day, right? But way back in the day, that was actually my first real job. I got a job at 13 at my friend's dad's office, but at 15 I got my first job at Sonic Drive-In. And as you know, Sonic was very much known for their onion rings. I became team leader, manager. I worked there for 5 years, and I was like the youngest person there, but I was running the place. And yes, I did roller skate around. And yes, I did eat an ice cream cone while skating around, listening to music. Those are some good memories. Everything happens for a reason. We're constantly becoming the better version of ourselves every single day, and our past doesn't define who we are today, but it definitely helps. I can only speak for myself, and it definitely helps me understand the world more, understand other people more, understand other people's situations, opinions, thoughts. So I could not be happier with all the past versions of myself.
All right, you guys, let's get started here. I'm just gonna use 2 medium-sized sweet onions here. I just cut the ends off, and then I'm just taking off the skin and 1 extra layer on the outside. I'm gonna do that to both of these. And I'm gonna use one of my favorite things here, my mandoline, to slice it. Be really careful with these mandolins, you guys. See, I like mine really thin. I'm gonna actually use my glove just to be safe so I don't cut myself. But I like mine thin, so mine are gonna be like a crispy thin onion ring, but you can make it as thick as you want. You just change the mandolin to the size you want, or if you're cutting by hand, just cut them thicker. Look how thin mine are. Like, mine are almost gonna be like shoestring onion rings, because that's how I like them. But you can do this exact recipe with whatever thickness onion ring that you want. I'm just gonna kind of separate them all, pull them apart. All right, once these are all pulled apart nicely, I have 2 separate bowls. And I'm just gonna make a big mess already. I am known for making these messes the first ingredient, and there's stuff everywhere. So in one bowl, I'm gonna put my dry ingredients. And in the other bowl is gonna be our wet batter. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Starting with our wet batter, we're gonna go ahead and add our flours, some seasoning. Got onion powder, paprika, garlic powder, salt, pepper. And I start with 1 cup of water and I go from there. So we'll give this a good mix. And as always, you guys, there's a full list of instructions below, so make sure you check that out. It was a little too thick for me, so I'm adding 1/4 cup of water. As I said, you want to start with 1 cup and just add a little bit if it's too thick. You want to make sure you can easily dip something into it. So that's a lot better texture for me here. And then on this side, we're gonna have our dry batter. Go ahead and add your flour. I use chickpea flour, but I've used different flours for this before, and every flour I've ever used worked great. So use whatever flour you'd like. Add our seasonings in here and breadcrumbs. These are the breadcrumbs that I use, and I absolutely love them. Give this a good mix. Make sure this is mixed really well. And then I just put a small handful into the wet batter. Now, what's really important, you guys, it's kind of tricky, is only keep 1 hand wet. So you don't want to get a bunch of wetness into your dry batter. So I use 1 hand for the wet batter and I use my other hand once they're in the dry. So you really want to try to keep that dry batter as dry as possible. It actually took me a while to get the hang of this. And then I did coconut oil. I put a little itty bitty piece in. Can you see it? Once it's sizzling, you know, you're good to go. I have it on medium heat. And I just put these bad boys in here. You don't want to overcrowd your pan, so I just put a few at a time. Again, I use coconut oil, but you can use whatever type of oil you'd like. Going to be a few minutes on each side, so basically they get nice and brown. Look how pretty and beautiful that is. And I actually flipped them halfway through because I don't fill my pan with a bunch of oil, just because that's how I do it. But you could have deep oil and they'll sit all the way in there and you won't have to flip them. So I did the rest of these. And I actually did big old chunks too because I kind of wanted to hurry up and my batter got a little wet. So that's what happens. It kind of gets big and clumpy, which I like too. It kind of comes out like this, which is just fine for me. It's delicious actually. It's nice and crunchy.
Well, I got my onion ring fix, you guys. I think this whole plate of onion rings will just about hit the tricks. Will just about hit the tricks. Will just about hit the tricks. So delicious. And as promised, here is the vegan ranch that I use.
I like this brand because they typically always have minimal clean ingredients.
And the burger that I put this on, you guys.
And here we have my amazing, delicious barbecue portobello sandwich. This sandwich is so delicious. It's barbecue marinated garlic portobello sandwich. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already because we're going to be making this sandwich very, very soon.
Thank you so much for spending time here with me today. It means so much to me. I say it all the time. Time is precious and you being here really means a lot to me. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. I'd love to have you be a part of the community. Hit that bell button and like and share this video if you found it helpful. Let's share. Sharing is caring. The question of the day is, what was your first job? What was your first job? And if it was in the food industry, what was the food item that you ate like all the time? Like you got it when you arrived. You had it for lunch, you took it home with you, you kept some in your fridge at home. Mine at Sonic was, I took a lot of food from Sonic. Mine at Sonic was the frozen cookie dough balls that they would put in the cookie dough like shakes that they did, the Sonic Blast, kind of like the Blizzard, but the ice cream shake basically. They're little frozen like cookie dough balls, but as we all know, it actually is just poison. Extremely processed, all sugar, all chemical, all poison. I'm glad I survived. I made it out alive, you guys. But those were my favorite. I ate like the Route 44 cup size, like I just fill up that cup and take it with me. Yeah. So yes, the question of the day, what was your first job? And was it related to food? And if it was, what food were you obsessed with while working there? And if it wasn't related to food, tell me about your first job. How was it? Thank you so much for being here again, you guys. We will see you next time. I don't know. Ow. Do you guys ever just scratch like a huge piece of skin off, like for no reason? Like these sharp things. Ow. Help. My table, it's like peeling, like pieces are coming off of my table. It's fine. Stay focused.